Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Monday. Welcome all as we get our Motivation Monday on the road. Give it a couple of seconds for everybody else to jump in, and we'll get cranking. Think. All right, so it's noon. Waiting room. Admit all. Okay. Okay, I think we got everybody in. Okay, 1, 2, and 3. Here we are. Happy Monday. How are you guys? Thank you for joining me on another of our weekly sessions, Motivation Information Monday. If you're joining us for the first time, thank you. If you are a regular, nice to see you again. I think we are officially live on social media. So let me just run from here. So good morning to everybody. I'm thrilled to see all of you here today as we kick off our final month of this year. Let's welcome December. We're about to wrap up 2024, a very interesting year, and I'll talk about a couple of things about that in a minute. This month brings us only that excitement of the holiday season, but also very unique opportunities to make a very strong finish and to set ourselves up for an incredible 2025, which is looking to be an incredible year for the real estate business. December is often seen as a quieter time in real estate, but not now for you guys that are listening to me. This is the time to shine. Buyers and sellers who are active right now are seriously motivated and ready to make decisions. It's also a golden moment to strengthen those relationships with those referrals. Plus, let's reflect on a year of wins. You had goals set when 2024 began. Sit down and analyze and celebrate those goals that you met, and then begin to plan what are your goals and successes for 2025. So let's then lean into this month with energy, whether it's helping a buyer find their perfect home or helping a seller make that sale that they need to get done before the year ends. December is full of possibilities. I'm excited to discuss with you insights, collaborations, and things that we can do to have a productive week on this first week of December of 2024 as we begin at the end of this year. Thank you for being here, and let's dive in, right? So this Thanksgiving week, let me make sure there's nobody else waiting on the Zoom to get in. Yeah, then we got some people waiting. All right. So let me see if I can move this to the side and I can see it better. Okay. So this last week was Thanksgiving, and I hope you all had a fantastic Thanksgiving. But as important as being Thanksgiving was for all of us, last week the National Association of Realtors settlement was ratified. Yeah, that settlement that a lot of people didn't think it was going to happen. It was not going to get to it. It happened. And that financial settlement was $418 million that is going to be paid. Is going to create a lot of policy changes and has already for our industry. Not eliminating realtors, just making things a little different. It has impacted some large brokers because they were excluded from the settlement. The Department of Justice has still expressed some concerns, but we won't get into that. We'll leave that to the side. But it is in place. It became effective in August. This is a pivotal shift in our industry, only for those that are against being educated. Industry change, things change. Life is nothing but changes. So the implementation of this new rules by the National Association of Realtors is just one more change. It doesn't mean that we are obsolete, that we are out of business. It just means a different change. One of the changes is compensation to agents and the MLS was removed. So it was removed, ladies and gentlemen, and I think is functioning very well and is creating communication between agents. It's creating something that had been, pushed aside. It gives you an opportunity to connect with that listing agent, have a conversation, and build a relationship before you even show that property. I'm going to talk about compensations later. There's been a small change, but nothing drastic. The impact of the market, yes, there was an impact on the market because there was a period of confusion. So when we're going to look at this last quarter of 2024, the data might be skewed. The sales volume might be skewed because we had the end of our settlement and we had elections. We had a lot of stuff taking place in this last couple of months of 2024. So the data might be a little skewed. Compensation at a national level, it looks like it dropped a bit from 2.62, which was a compensation at the end of 23, to 2.55. So it's like about a 7% drop in compensation. And for those that are telling me boo-hoo-hoo about the compensation change, ladies and gentlemen, we have had the product that with the service that we sell, the volume has gone up tremendously in price. So I think we more than made up for that. The new protocol regarding agents explaining to buyers and writing before conducting home tours, explaining what compensation is. I think this is a great way to do business. Everybody understands who pays for what and where does it come for. So it's nothing out of this world. Yes, there are some consumers awareness. There are some consumers that are more informed on have more questions. So I suggest that take advantage of any of the training sessions, the local association, and if you're a campus agent that we offer and that we have for you. Yes, consumers are aware of this requirement. They understand it, and haven't been that much of a pushback as the media thought about what's going to happen. I think we have found a way to do business, and to me, it's working. Yes, this removes standardized commissions, but commissions were never standards. In our own company, when we sat there and looked at transactions, no commissions was exactly the same. Commissions shifted. You guys as agents negotiated your compensation, negotiated your fees, negotiated your compensations, even when you were sitting at that closing table. That's, even at that moment, you guys were negotiating. So I didn't see this as a big deal. I saw it as a thing that was going to happen. And, I see it without a problem. The market has adapted. Even the Wall Street Journal, which is now one of our best allies, wrote that we were that the industry was adjusting to changes, and some brokers were modifying business models. That in this transition, which is really a big transition, it's such a big industry, we have found a way to do business and do business going forward. I do think that there will be some more changes and more forms and things different that will come along the way. But we will all be able to get through that. Potentially, this has increased the cost for buyers to do business. But I think if you can show your value proposition, if you can see what you bring to the table, I don't see that as an issue. Like I said, we haven't felt it on our side. This shift, the market. When I mean the market, I mean in you guys listening to me. It has created, a diverse strategies. All of you have come up with very diverse strategies on how to do business, how to conduct business. And my hat off to all of you that are out there actively working with buyers and with sellers. You're managing new responsibilities. You're doing different things, and offering creative solutions to I don't want to call it a problem, to a development in our industry. So, and to me, overall, the NAR settlement, yes, it created some changes, but to me, it's brought a little bit more transparency to our industry. It's bringing a lot more of a negotiable framework for the buyer's agent's compensation, and I'll let you interpret what I say by that. And it's encouraging communication, which it's, now we all got to talk to each other. So it's encouraging communication, which I see it as a tremendous plus in the real estate market. So I see it as a plus. We put it behind us, and now every Thanksgiving we will celebrate this change that we had in our industry. So that was my recap of the NAR. Now, another big thing that began to happen last week is that the mortgage industry for Christmas or for the holidays is giving us lower mortgage rates. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, December is starting with the lowest rate in more than a month in the real estate industry. Rates continue to heal from the process and the heavy damage that they had in November. November leading up to November to October, leading up to November, the elections. There was a lot of uncertainty, a lot of misdirection. But here we are beginning the holiday season, the peak of the holiday season, which is December. A lot of holidays, different faiths celebrated, with the lowest rates since the beginning of October. I think FHA is below 6% already, and conventionals is in the low sixes. I said, for those that have watched me since October, that December to me was going to be a mini spring buying season. That you guys were going to see an interesting amount of buying activity, and I truly believe that. Like I said, things have come down since the election. There's a lot more comfort, a lot more relaxation, a lot more confidence in the market. You can see it by the consumer data that keeps coming out. I think that we will be back to those very low sixes before you know it, and even lower. I truly believe. I'm working on a presentation that I'll be doing on recapping my predictions for 2024, and I was 80% accurate on my predictions. I'm going to recap that and bring in my 2025 numbers. Now, let's talk about what happened last week with the market. And ladies and gentlemen, last week is a slow week. Everybody was preparing for the NAR settlement or for Thanksgiving. You were doing one of the two. So median listing price looked like it dropped compared to last year. So, pero 0.06, not even 1%. So new listings comparing home by homes was about 0.06% lower. New listings in the market, new properties that came in the market, comparing this last week of November 24 to 23, almost 3% higher volume of inventory, new amount of listings coming in. So when we comp the year, we are at 30+% higher inventory on 24 to 23. Days on market, days on market has moved up a little. Why has days on market has moved up? It's a holiday season. Some people are just postponing it. I tell everybody this is the time the moment you're going to get probably the best deal from a seller because of the inventory. You're going to take advantage of all the tax benefits next year. So I will say go for it. Medium home price nationally by measure of all sales, it's up 2% week over week. And as I said, there's a lot of new projections already coming out for next year, what everybody's forecasting, and they're all over the place. But I will break them down in that presentation I'll be doing. So last week was the 55th week where the numbers of properties for sale increase on the market. So that is a year, almost a little bit more than a year consecutive amount of inventory increasing. We have slowly rebounded, and we're almost there to pre-pandemic levels, 2019 levels. Buyers right now have far more options than they did since 2019. And although prices are a little higher than 2019, rates look like we'll be heading to the same level that we were in 2019. So I think 2025 will be a very interesting market just because of that. So for the past 22 weeks, also, the market has sort of cooled. When I talk about the market as a national number, we have that 22 weeks where days on market has increased, and I think days on market will keep increasing. Between now and the end of the year. We are, like I said, we are new listings is the number to track. New listings is how we gauge how the market is doing. Everybody says 6% is a balance. I'm gonna go a month higher because of the price change and affordability. So that's the balance is 7 to 9. Anything over 9 might be a full buyer's market, but I think we're almost there. Let me look at the chat, see if there's any questions before I break down. So I gave you the data, I gave you the what's happening in the market, what happened last week on the market, and then I'm gonna now give you a couple of tips on things that you can do between now and December 31st to have a productive time, a money earning time, and move forward into 2025. No, I don't see any questions there. So I did have a couple of questions from actually a handful of real estate agents from Canvas asking, hey, Ernesto, I got these two listings. I'm not getting any traffic. I got these other properties listed. I've been on the market for this long. I'm not getting the traffic that I'm getting. I did discuss with them pricing and pricing properly. But then I started to put down pen and paper to a couple of out of the box marketing ideas, things that you can do a little differently right now that you can only do this time of year. I mean, this cool air outside is as cool as it's gonna get. People are wearing their sweaters. So this is the holiday season, if you can see behind me. So let's lean into this happiest time of for all. And let me give you a couple of things that you can do with that listing of yours to get it sold, to get some traffic, to make that seller realize that you were the right agent for the job. Number one is host a festive open house, a holiday theme open house. Decorations, music, element, and of course, all of this you're gonna share in your social media. And hot cocoa, a hot cocoa open house. If you want to do a wine tasting, it's fine. I think a hot cocoa and cookies will get more traffic. But host an open house with the team, with the holiday theme. You're gonna get more exposure online by doing it. You're gonna get more traffic online with doing that. Try to collaborate with a local partner or a local business that may wanna help you with the open house, or may want to get some traffic together for their open house. There's a lot of bakeries. I mean, there's a bakery in every corner in South Florida, or florists that can want to showcase some of their goods and then take them back. So partner for that open house with local businesses. Same thing, cross market on social to increase the foot traffic. That's two of the things that I thought about. On your boosted ads or whatever system you use to generate traffic to your listings, although we are a comfortable 60 degrees outside, the rest of the country is experiencing their really, really cold spell. I don't know if you guys saw the Bills game yesterday or how cold it was in northern New York. So escape the cold. That should be the emphasis of your marketing campaign that you begin to run today on whatever way you decide to do your online advertising. Emphasize South Florida's warm climate, compared to how snowy the rest of the nation is. Highlight how we can take advantage of our outdoor living year round, especially now. I mean, you can still go to the pool, you can still go to the beach, and so focus on that. It is door knocking weather, Sajid. You're right. But emphasize your online marketing with that campaign. Escape the cold. That should be your tagline. Snowbirds and remote workers are still flocking to South Florida. I read something this weekend that last month alone, and these are not snowbirds, but 152 people relocated from California to Florida. 152 families moved from California to Florida. So target those snowbirds. You know, it's very funny. East coast of Florida is up the 95 coast. If you're going to advertise those ads, New York, Connecticut, Massachusetts, Maine, that's the traffic you want to go. If you're advertising on the West Coast, Naples, Marco Island, Cape Coral, then you want to go Kentucky, Indiana, Illinois. That separate. It's very funny because we both go to both coasts. But something that you see a lot is a lot of those states have remote workers. So escape the cold, target the snowbirds, target the remote workers, and don't forget our neighbors to the north, the Canadians. The Canadians are still outpacing almost everybody as buyers in South Florida. On your social, you know, you gotta leverage your social because it's the most effective way financially to reach as many people as possible. Do a holiday giveaway or a contest. Post a contest on Instagram, on Facebook. It doesn't have to be crazy. Small pricing, poinsettias. Raffle a poinsettia every day for something in a specific area. That's a nice gift that goes a long way, or a small basket, or bottles, or a bottle of wine. If you're holding an open house, make that a part of your holiday campaign. You know, for everybody that attend, we will be raffling two set of poinsettias. So you can invite the neighborhood, meet the neighbors, which will probably be sellers at some point in time. All of this, ladies and gentlemen, you gotta use video. If you're watching me right now, you understand that video is key. Create short, fun, festive video tours of your listing. If Ernesto, my listing doesn't have any decorations, there's plenty of filters out there that you can use, plenty of music, holiday music that you can add to your video that will highlight the home, bring warmth and charm, and it will set you apart from everybody else that is doing it. So leverage social, do a giveaway or a contest. Like I said before, a contest for the best decorated home is great. And video, post video. If you do have a home that has decorations, if you happen to have a home that has decorations, then my suggestion is even better. Host an evening open house, a twilight tour of the holidays. If the home you have listed, the sellers have decorated, host an open house. You know, now it gets darker a little earlier. It gets darker around 5:30 to 6. Do a hot chocolate holiday lights open house. Market it that way. You know, you'll have curb appeal, you'll have traffic, you have something different than what everybody else is doing. Something else you can do on this open house, in the evening open house, or any open house that you're doing, is tie in with the charity. The Marines is always collecting toys for kids in need. It's a couple of local churches that are always collecting toys for drives. It's a couple of food banks that are collecting canned goods and non-perishable items. You know, connect to one of them. You will be doing something for the community, for those in need. And you might get an extra traffic because somebody may want to donate. They don't know where to go. And they're going to say, hey, I get to see a beautiful house. I get to see a nicely decorated home, and do something to help my fellow Floridians or the community. So number 4 was is host an evening open house, do a twilight show, do a twilight tour, a holiday light tour, and plug in a charity of your choice. That will be a great idea also for this generate traffic for my listing thing. Create some interesting listing promotions. You know, partner up with your preferred lender. And I know CMG has an incredible rate buy down right now, and make it like a gift card that if you go under contract before the end of the year, you get this gift card for this rate of, whatever the rate buy down could be. I seen them as low with the new rates as low as 4.99% fixed, with contributions from the seller and from CMG. So make it a gift card, make it a thing, partner with your lender and take advantage of the current dive and rates, and offer those incentives. Incentives always work. If you're going out for listings, right, and if the listing merits the investment, it's not that expensive to gift your sellers a Christmas-like decoration. It's still early in the month when you can do it. So you can offer the seller, as part of your listing, an incentive of free decoration. Or, to me, that is even better than decoration, is gift wrapping. That is something that takes a lot of time and energy, and you got to be really good at it. So you can offer that. Or if for a buyer, if they're buying a house, find out what your seller's landscaping company is, find out what the cost is, and offer a 1-year maintenance service, a basic maintenance service. Probably going to cost you 50 or $100 just for the lawn cut. But it's something else where you can make a big deal about it, make a big gift card for it, and offer that to listing presentations. With ads and all of these ads that I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you use your geofencing ads so you can target the right audience. If you want to target the right people that are gonna be interested in that product or that home that you have listed. Don't just throw an ad everywhere. Use the geofencing and target a specific areas. I think it'll be a great idea in your geofence to throw in the Aventura Mall or any of the big malls, because you're gonna get they have so much traffic and everybody in the malls is online. Everybody's staring at their phones, everybody's staring at social. So I think that might be a good idea also. This is the time to engage with community events. There's a ton. I think this weekend there was a German club pop-up sort of festival taking place. There's a lot of community events with a lot of where you can rent a booth. You can do it as a group. You don't have to do it on your own. There's a lot of holiday markets taking place and the holiday festivals. Um, Great idea. Partner, talk to 2 or 3 your colleagues, rent a table, take a couple of screens, showcase your listing, bring yourself, dress up in your best holidays funny sweaters, and engage face to face with the community, or sponsor events. There's a bunch of holiday runs for those that are into running in different cities and municipalities in our area, that they all are looking for sponsors. Same thing with local houses of worship. A lot of them put concerts right now for their members, and they are always looking for sponsors. So reach back to your house of worship, whenever you attend, your church, your synagogue, your temple, and sponsor an event, and you'll be able to do what I always call face-to-face interaction. Not the time to discourage personal direct mail. Snail mail is back with a vengeance. If you look at your mailbox, it's very thin because a lot of people are no longer doing everything online. So whatever piece of mail you send in snail mail is gonna be seen. So don't forget about your database, your sphere of influence, and make sure a holiday card. You would think, well, Ernesto, a holiday card is corny. It's repetition, ladies and gentlemen, repetition. Or if you want to be more creative, send everybody exclusive neighborhood reports. Find out what your home is worth before the year ends. A lot of people, I keep hearing how values are going up and up and up in Florida. Share that information with them. I know that I've been talking for a while. Let me have a sip, and I'm beginning to run out of time. Partner up with local influencers. Find a local influencer in your community. See what they're doing. Make sure that their brand matches your brand. Make sure that their brand matches your brand. And maybe get together, get them to do what they do at your listing. They will get you exposure to their followers, and you give them exposure to your followers. Make it a holiday theme, though. Remember, it's the time of the year. Make it holiday theme. One last two or three things I want to throw out there is interactive virtual tours are still a thing. A lot of people think that those went away. I don't think so. And you can do them at any time from your listing or any listing that you want to hold. You can open real-time questions and answer from people that are watching you. You can feature the special home features that this home has. So don't forget your interactive virtual tours. And remember the international buyers. South Florida is blessed because the amount of traffic we get from international buyers. So make sure that you are connecting to international buyers. And if you need assistance with that, let us know. Capture the seasonability. Capture what this time of the year is all about. I think beginning today, you can begin the 12 days of listings countdown on your social media page and feature a different aspect of every property on your social media. Or if you have a one incredible property, go and do a one every day, a little video featuring one thing from that home. Uh, remember, South Florida is a lifestyle living that everybody enjoys. I know we take it for granted, but everybody wants to be where you're at. I hope that these creative strategies help you capitalize in this festive December atmosphere here in South Florida. They help you bring unique attention to the listing of yours that you have, and you come across those motivated buyers that I know are out there. That is it for me for my motivation and information session on this first Monday of December. It's been a pleasure. If you have any questions, you know where to reach me, 954-646-5677. Have a fantastic first week of December. See you tomorrow when we host our Ask the Attorney. See you, everybody.